Like it's your boy and welcome to the commercial. You guys doing well? Having a wonderful day on this 11 July 2025. We're filming 3 videos right now. It's 5 videos. Ooh, noise. We're gonna have some nature corn. I'm telling you, nature corn is gonna be hard this morning, right? However, we found the way to do it. The way to do it is super simple. The way to do it is to upload all the small parts on TikTok, download the video from TikTok, and upload the full length show. But yeah, it's gonna be tougher. It's gonna be tougher because it's gonna be super warm and we're gonna cut a lot, but hey, living in an oven, right? We were working, and I was like, okay, well, I want to take the time to really enjoy the first time with the bike. So what I did was tomorrow I'm not working, so tomorrow will be the first time. I'm gonna prepare something kind of cool for you guys. So halfway a night stroll, halfway a that's gonna be cool. Night stroll and a morning stroll, which is very early morning. So today we have a couple of videos. We have mostly recapping to do. I got a couple of videos personal to do, but most of it's recapping. So I'm going to try to finish this Squid Game today. That way we can start with Jersey Shore. We're also going to talk about the last season of Gundam. For a while, we're going to be doing some taste tests. We'll be doing a TikTok live. We'll be streaming on Twitch 2 times until the ring and once a fortnight if there's battle tonight. And that is pretty much my day. So love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, how did that make sense? I thought content that made sense was just you planning, but there's simple steps that you can take. For example, 2 sour cream and 2 cake. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be tasting both of them, and then I'm gonna be eating them tomorrow. And I don't have to do a taste test tomorrow, so it's actually pretty fucking nice. So yeah, so without further ado, check it out. I'm super stoked because we are having. Look at my new shirt. My mom got me this for me. Super stoked because again this is more planned content, and hopefully this is baby step into doing plan. Now do I feel I can do videos that are good without having to plan them? Yes. I think that I can do videos that are positive? Yes. But a nice mixture with a bit more. See, about 2 months ago I was talking about how I wanna really do more French content, right? Which we started doing. But if I have a mixture between French content and English content, then I can have a mixture between planned content, kind of makes sense, or just crazy ink content. Crazy ink, which is thinking out of the box. And hopefully make you think. Anyway, love you guys, take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome back to our show. Because I'm doing walks. I have a wonderful day on this. Same guy has been for 10 minutes back and forth on his motorcycle. We get to having fun, bro, but there's car, the police car, more and more things like that. Today we're doing some taste test on this 11 July 2025. That's gorgeous. They can hear my neighbors in the pool. Yeah, my neighbor's in the pool. That's not a baby. That is a water damage. No, it's not my neighbor. My neighbor on the pool. We're going with Mocha Starbucks. Double shots, right? So the plan with this was to kind of stop drinking energy drink. These are found at the dollar store. So the ultimate plan behind it would be like a nicotine patch because it contains caffeine, right? It contains taurine, which is the element that makes you have energy. Yeah, that's pretty good. Good for taurine. We have the song again of Living Daughter. So we're hoping this is something I tasted in the past. However, this is the craziest thing. I'm a youth in the coffee. Right? It's from the dollar store, so this would be struggle. This would be something I want to taste. Because most of what I'm tasting is from the grocery store, so it's very accessible. I don't know why I didn't taste them again. So we're going with Mocha Starbucks double shot. We did one test of this before, about I want to say honestly, I was working, so that's minimum 2 years ago. Yeah. Mocha wasn't my favorite. I think my favorite was caramel. We got both. So that was amazing. Super enjoyable, super drinkable. We're already halfway. Yeah, it's delicious. It's delicious. I wouldn't say shit about it. So for me, the first time I tasted it was a bit bitter. I was like, okay, well this is a bit better, but this is the perfect mixture. There's a perfect balance between. It tastes like coffee. What I actually really enjoyed here, it does really taste like a brewed coffee. You know, brewed coffee has a little taste of like bubble. It tastes like that. It really tastes like that. It's amazing. I don't really taste the chocolate. I would like more chocolate, of course. But at the same time, if my eyes were blinded, if I didn't see the product, and you ask me what coffee is this, I believe I'd be able to say it's mocha. I believe I would be able to say, just because it tastes like mocha. Also, yes, I want more chocolate. I don't go to Starbucks. It's too expensive. Because I don't go to Starbucks, and I don't know what a mocha tastes like. Maybe their mocha is very, very non-chocolatey. And if it is very non-chocolatey, then this is perfect. It's really their product, their own product, right? It would be weird for a can to taste something different. The mocha canned, the canned mocha that tastes different than the store mocha. So yeah, super enjoyable. This is really good. It's a sort of energy, so I'm hoping for this is kind of like energy drinkish, but less so. Again, it doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm trying to stop energy drinks also because we're going on a journey of losing weight, stopping fapping, and stopping energy drinks. Energy drinks don't have been good. I've been really good. Energy drinks, I'm able to stop a couple of weeks and I'll have a setback. But the energy drink, what is weird, what is really, really, really weird, I gotta say, this is not gonna make any sense, but the energy drink, you know, the spirit video for this, but so, I will go to the store to get some chips, no problem, because I'm craving it. I will go to the store to get something sweet, because I'm craving it. I'm never going to the store to get something, energy drink, and show what this speaking is gonna be the easiest to give up, right? But a nicotine patch never not helps, I guess. Anyway, love you guys, take it easy. Peace. Don't blink if you blink. Welcome to the show. Because the new vlog on this 11 July 2025. It's gonna be a kind of a weird video. You guys have been seeing me doing very contradictory content lately. So you see me working out, you see me talking about losing weight, and then you see me eat junk food, right? Now, here's why. Like today, we're gonna taste 2 chips. We're gonna be tasting 2 cakes, and we do half and half, and then we'll keep it for tomorrow. We'll still have a meal. The reason why we're doing that sounds insane, and yes, to work. Now you're more to relax, you know. So your brain's like, okay, well, are we relaxing or not? Decide yourself, you know. But fapping also affects my mood. When I don't fap, I'll be more aggressive, right? There's time where I have to fap because I feel like I treated somebody wrongly, so I'll fap. Then I'll be able to apologize to them and say, hey, guess what? What I said was wrong. Because I'm realizing that I went a bit too far, shit like that. Or I was impulsive, shit like that. You know? And then also with fapping, the main problem with that is it's the easy route. And I told that before. I don't have an incentive to go to people because I can fap. I don't have an incentive to talk to girls because I can fap. Right? Imagine if I had a girlfriend. I would possibly break up. Imagine how many girlfriends I would have during the last 17 years we fapped. And now most of these girlfriends were the shitty girlfriend, right? They're like broken girl, I'll be honest. But then, the fact that we have these broken girls, we're talking about being a better boyfriend. And when then the right girl come in, you know how to treat her. Because you have experience before. Right? So with the fapping, it holds me back. More than food every day. More than being fat every day. More than ADHD every day. Because I didn't choose ADHD, right? I chose food and I chose to fap, right? One of them is a necessary, one of them isn't. I need to eat, right? So I've been doing that, and I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of a chemical imbalance, right? A lot of chemical imbalance. And then This is my third day, and we're really starting to feel it. We're really starting to feel it. That's just bad, bro. It's really bad. You know? And just to tell you, we're trying to quit junk food also. Junk food, I can go a week without junk food. Fab, I can go 3 days, so it's bad. Also, the reason why we're gonna eat junk food and we're trying to lose weight, first of all, calories are good. Okay? Right now, at my weight, even if I eat a lot of calories, I will maintain weight. I won't gain weight. I will. Phone is too hot. Five, 10, 9, 8, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. But it's too hot. Can you spare a dime? Just one more hit, and we'll be fine. Swear to God, there will be the one last time. Ian, you get no job. Can you spare a dime? Just one more hit, and we'll be fine. Swear to God, this will be the one last time. Yeah, yeah. And the cricket let loose and they were lost and never found. There you go, perfect. Double X, your boy, welcome to the show. Guess we're up to having a wonderful 11 July 2025. Welcome to part 2 of Contradictory. My phone overheated. That's the only problem. I was talking about how, with the food. The food, right now, my body's already extremely damaged by food, right? So, I know this is not healthy behavior. However, with my chemical imbalance, I'm becoming more aggressive. The only source of comfort that I have is you guys. If I'm aggressive with you guys because I think fat, it's not good. So food is not a way. And with food, I'm only hurting myself. I know it's very bad to say, but there it is, right? And then I'm gonna be more comfortable with fapping. Then we'll start doing something else, you know? So yeah, that's pretty much it. That was the video. I only need to say that. And it sucks because in a perfect world, these are all things that I stopped years ago. Those are repeated behavior. And those I've always, and I made a video about this before, I made multiple videos about this before, but those are repeated source of conflict. Those are repeated, like, hey, something is wrong, go back. Those are pure in sin, right? I'm not greedy. I'm a glutton. I believe in luxury and gluttony, right? See, this is another reason. I'm not gonna get religious with that shit, but so. What are they? Anger, laziness. I'm a weird guy. I'm lazy when I don't need to do something, but when I need something, I'm a hard worker. I don't get angry. I don't get angry at all. What is the sin of Diane and King? I don't remember. That is Stephen Latif. With luxury and gluttony, yeah. And it's a shame. It's a shame because I think there's flaw. I think everybody's flawed, but I think that everybody's flawed for sure. But I also think that when you don't work to fix your flaw, you're making an active choice to let it be like that. You're making an active choice to, for example, and this is as we were talking about, your parents and your kids hits people. Like, oh my god, they never did that before, right? And then your kid, the next day, he hit somebody else. Like, holy shit, I knew my kid was gonna hit somebody, and I didn't give him shit because it never happened before. I could have stopped this, right? And that's your fault. So we're doing the same thing with food. We're doing the same thing with family, right? And now, ultimately speaking, if I'm being completely honest, and I know this is gonna be very sad to say, Sorry. It's been annoying me for a while. It's been annoying me for a long ass time. This is usually my mom got me, but good. Good. We did it perfectly, holy shit. Wow. That was not smart to do. So, I'm not even sure if I fix it this time, it's gonna be forever. I might have the same sin. I might be doing the same thing in 5 years, 6 years. Hmm? You think I never lost the weight? You think I've always been skinny? No, I've been fat and I lost it. Think I never stopped fatting? I never did, but if I really apply myself, and if I follow the steps that really people do when they have this addiction, I could stop that. I never did. So repeating the behavior you know is wrong isn't a mistake. It's a choice. And yeah. You have to live with your own choice and your consequence of your choice. Yes. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Don't blink because you're blinking. The local commercial. Everyone walks are having a wonderful day on this 11 July 2005 today. We're doing something very special, very cool. The dough is actually amazing. The too sweet part, which is the marshmallow and the topping, the cream on top, don't go together at all. So it feels weird. It feels very weird. Now we're going for simple joy moments. Now I told you I was excited about these. I didn't tell you why I was excited about these. I'm excited about these for a simple reason. A very simple reason. This is such a brilliant idea. Look at this. This is your birthday cake, normal birthday cake. If you had a birthday cake and you ate it alone, you would look like a madman. The presentation on these are very cool. You can actually go forward and much more put it around a table, shit like that. Also did the same thing. So what they do is they do two cakes like that, almost like a banana bread size. What they'll do is they'll do chocolate and vanilla. Now they did birthday cake, so this is actually quite cool. Like this, it looks amazing. See the sprinkles instead of seeing the fondant on top. So I'm gonna be honest, I actually really like this idea. I think it's smart. I think it looks good. I think is you're not gonna be inventing the wheel. You're just changing the rims. That's brilliant. The taste. This is so intelligent. Because you do have, it's almost cake toast, and because your topping or your frosting is the word I'm looking for. I just want it on the top. It doesn't feel like it's too much. It feels like a normal cake. Now, I'll be honest. No, fixing the rainbow Skittles. This feels like a birthday cake. I would have preferred having actually the hard part of sprinkles. Go for a second, that's how good it is. But at the same time, it looks great. The whole thing is actually pretty good. Color is nice. The harmony is nice. Now, the frosting like that is great because they put a very generous amount of frosting. So all in all, it's like you're eating a piece of cake. However, no matter what you do, if you have a big mouth, it's not balanced enough. But good product, good new product. Yeah, the fluff and the birthday cake doesn't work together. And this one works. It's a bit more. Actually, film. I cannot actually film. My new empire, don't make me kill you, Anakin. My allegiance is to the Republic and to democracy. For not waiting, then you're my enemy. Only sit you'll an absolute, I'll do what I must. You will try. I have failed you, Anakin. I have failed you. Emperor Anakin, Palpatine is evil. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Well, then you were lost. But that's what it is. Don't think it's your brain for another commercial. Doing up to having a wonderful day on this. I forgot to take a thumbnail for both videos. Shit. On this 11 July 2005. Today we're tasting a double test. I have to kind of hurry because it's really warm outside. Because it's really warm outside, it's not great, so the phone closes. We were doing a double test. As I mentioned before, we did those before a lot. We went back to this before a lot. Of two same brand, similar product, and asking yourself who is your favorite. Yes, I put my eye for that. We're tasting sour cream and onion, which is my favorite, and we're tasting sour cream and cheddar, which is also one that I absolutely adore. I'm going to taste both, and I'm going to be judging both, and I'm going to see which one we pick. So the first one, we'll try to do a double opening. There you go. So I'm going to go first now. Design-wise, I gotta say, cream and onion. The smell of the cream and onion is really nice. The smell of the cream and cheddar, also really nice. This one is actually way better because this smells like a cheesy puff, but there's something more than that. And now for the taste test, we're gonna go with the sour cream and onion first. Perfect. And I'm in every minute details. Perfect. Perfect potato chips. You just taste a lot of the onions and the cream coming down. The cream cheddar. It's harder. With this one, also really good. The sour cream and cheddar works better here. Elements work well. Sour cream and cheddar. I'm gonna have to go with sour cream and onion. This is perfect harmony. The adjuncts, they balance themselves, they balance each other out so well. Sugar and sour cream feels like they belong together. Sour cream and onion feels like you should be together, but it kind of works, right? Anyway, we made a choice. Sour cream and onion. Both great though. Both highly recommended. Don't blink, it's your brain called Commercial. Living up to having a wonderful day on this 11 July 2025. Today we are talking, of course, about Gundam. So the reason why we're talking about Gundam, and before we start, I have to apologize. We just finished the third season. The third season in chronological order, which is ZZ. We did Gundam, the original. We did Gundam in translation. We did Gundam ZZ. We also did C. Now, there's two apologies for this video. First of all, I'm gonna have to do two parts because outside is very warm. I'm playing the game at the same time, so the phone will close because it's overeating. That's gonna happen. There's no worry about that. It happens. Now, there's another story about it, but there's also a surprise about it. I'm gonna take a break from Gundam. I'm gonna take a small break from Gundam. Listen, I have to do the hard mode. The reason why I'm taking a little break is actually quite simple. The third season didn't feel good to me. It didn't feel natural. I felt bored with it. Maybe I'm having too much Gundam, so I'm gonna take a small break from it. We're gonna take two breaks. Now, the two breaks still mean that we're gonna do our dailies. They still mean that we're gonna be playing some Gundam, right? And what we're gonna do is, if there's an event, we'll do the event, right? Now, that's the bad news. No more Gundam for a while. The good news, by finishing Gundam ZZ, we unlocked everything else. So we unlocked more than 4. And the last one, which is Gundam Zeta. I think it's W. I don't remember what it is. But yeah, we unlocked everything. Every single storyline possible. So guess what? If I decide that, you know what, I took a lot of a break, even though it's not 2 weeks, I'll come back to it. We'll do a sideline, which is actually pretty cool. Now, the apology is done. The good news are done. Let's get to the subject of my opinion on Gundam ZZ. I have to say, out of the 3 characters, I liked Judo the least. Judo is just a kid, but then at the same time, it's not his fault. So Amuro was the right guy at the right time. However, he didn't want to do it. He wasn't a soldier, he was a citizen. And he had to deal with the pressure of being somewhat of a victim, to be honest. Somewhat of a victim, to be honest. I said it twice, yes. It's sad. Now, my favorite was Camille, because Camille hated the Titans. He hated the Titans. He was like, fuck the Titan, they killed my parents, they've been dictatorship for so long, fuck them. Right? But then his ending was weak. Amuro ending was weak also. Kira was good. Kira was actually pretty good. I actually really like Kira. Kira felt different. Kira felt like a guy that was stuck in a war between the right side and his friends, and he wanted to choose the right side. Kira was also a guy that was. Kira was also a guy that had a lot of decisions to take. Like Kira was giving one of the strongest Gundam, and told, I don't care what you do, I trust you. Right? He could have done the show that he made. Kira was one of the best. Kira was also a coordinator, fighting against other coordinator. And the other coordinator, what he wanted was the coordinator to be in power. So Kira has everything to gain from the opposite side winning. Now we're going to Judo. Judo is a dude that was a child of war. I was broke and would collect junk pieces. Now, this is not interesting. He has a crew, and his crew are, he needs Boa, and Boa's like, yo, I need you because you're a new type. Judo's like, yeah, whatever, I just need money. Now, the first thing his friend does is betray the guy that was nice to them. He's like, okay, well, you're kind of a piece of shit. However, they're a victim of war. Maybe that's the way to do it, right? Judo never felt like he had any reason to fight, right? The fight was just in pain, which I didn't like. Now, at the end, it completely changed, which is amazing. His sister get killed, and that's when he decided to come in. At the same time, it's nice because you're taking revenge. My mom got me a new shirt. And taking revenge for your sister. At the same time, it's like, no, there's no way that this is your motivation. there has to be more, right? Must be more, right? No, there's nothing more. There's nothing more. However, where Judo falls short, other characters are amazing. For example, you have this character called P2. LPP. LPP, what a name. And LPP is a character that I fucking hate. She's an asshole. She is a person that says, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever I want, and if you're not happy, like for example, she almost kills Judo because he doesn't want to play with her. And then you realize that this is a child, and she doesn't have the maturity. But she's also realized that because she's a new type, they put her on the field. They put her on the field and like, okay, well, you don't have a choice, right? Now, there's actually the ending is actually really good. But the whole story was kind of weak. So we have the sister of Judo who gets killed. She's not killed. She doesn't die. So this takes away. This gives a reason to Judo to fight. It takes away the real consequences or the feeling of real consequences. Nobody dies. Nobody fucking dies. With Camille, his girlfriend for local died. With Amuro, is Lena, she died. There was no real struggle there, which kind of sucked, I gotta be honest. However, the payoff was nice. For example, there's this guy called Gimsi, and Gimsi is following the Zabai. And we see the story through the eyes of people. And Gimsi is kind of like a coward. He's like, yo, look at these people. They're all fake. They're all trying to power. Now, there's this person called Amon. Amon, she's kind of a badass, but Amon, we saw her in every season since season 1. She is a loyalist of the Zabai, and she wants them to go back in power. Right? Now, Gimsi is right with what he's saying. And this is what the interesting part is on the purpose, on the prefix, or on the plot that the war has been going on so long. There's been so much people getting hurt. There's been so much war that we don't really know who's right anymore. This makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. At the end of the day, it makes a lot of sense. But it's weak because you realize that the war itself is wrong. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. There's a war and there's casualty. There's casualty. There's so many orphans that they're all kind of junkyard, right? And then the craziest thing is they sell the junk part to the enemy. They can create more Gundam, and the Gundam will kill them. You know, that's kind of crazy. So with Haman, she's the main bad guy. She's like, oh, you know, remember those dictators? Remember those bad guys? I'm trying to reinstate them. However, you realize that Gimsi isn't a good guy. Gimsi says, I'm the real heir to the throne. And if you don't, it's kind of complex. Gimsi is like, if you don't want me to be the heir or the guy at the throne, at the helm, I'll take the position by force. Amon is like, yeah, my system is shitty, but it's a system. I'm offering you a balance. I'm offering you something to follow. Gimsi offers you only fear and blood, right? So Amon is right. Amon is right by being the less shitty option. She's the better evil, if you will. She's the evil that we know. She's the evil we've been dealing with. She's the evil. I just have to cool down the phone. It's gonna go too warm. She's the person that we've been dealing since almost day 1, or she has the ideal that we've been dealing with since day 1. At the end, we realized that the sister is good, and the sister's like, oh, well, I don't want to tell my brother that I'm safe, because if my brother is safe, he won't have the same conviction, right? Now, the problem with this season is, for example, people like Boa. Boa was been a main force in season 1 and season 2. Becomes a guy that's like, you know what? I don't want to be in control anymore. And it would be okay because it's normal that he has PTSD and doesn't want to come to war. However, what really pisses me off and really doesn't make any sense to me is he asked Amuro, like, yo, you need to be there, we need you. He says to Kame, yo, you need to be there, we need you. And then inter-season, we know that we need him. Like, no, I'm not down for that. The payoff is actually quite nice. The payoff is actually quite nice. For example, Gimsi doesn't even fight. Gimsi gets killed like that. The Gimsi problem is, he's not a fighter. He's a leader. He doesn't want to fight. And the funniest thing, not the funniest thing, the craziest thing is, we have a main enemy. She's not really... Super wholesome moment. Okay, bye. My apologies. Dumpling Shilling. Welcome to the show. We're doing well with having a wonderful day. I got this kid in the pool wasting water. Look at this shit. Wasting water. He has a hose that he's been splashing water for about 20 minutes. That's bad. That's bad. Now we're talking about, I'm sorry about this, we're talking about Gundam, of course. Oh, it is, yeah, it's been annoying me because water is a precious resource, right? So we're going to be talking about Gundam. Now, I didn't check out Gundam before because I was unfocused with this guy, but it brings a great news. And the great news in itself is that we now have a decision to make. Because most of the Gundam stories are it's complex. Most of the Gundam stories are side story right now. We only have one of the main stories, so I'm gonna take a break from the main story. I'm gonna do some side. So what I wanted to do was possibly go chronologically. So by order of what should I call it? By order of release. That could be really freaking cool, right? I don't know. You guys tell me what you want. The problem with asking you guys what you want is you guys are gonna choose your favorite, right? And then there'll be not a competition. Yeah, there'll be a competition of which one you like. And I'll be keeping the least favorite one for last. And the reason why it's the least favorite. So if I go with canon, or if I go with the chronological order, it can be one way or the other way, right? So we'll go with now we did a bunch. We did Mobile Suit Gundam, we did Zeta Gundam. Now we're doing Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ, right? So we'll be doing this. Before we start, what I'm gonna do is, again, this might be a two-part series because there's a very hot day outside. We got the Mobile Suit Gundam, we got the overview, we got the plot, got this reception. Oh, guess what? Oh, this is super cool. Holy shit. They actually really lowered the quantity of information. So because they really lowered it, let's read the whole thing. Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ. Okay, so again, this is reading, it's not super interesting. However, as a guy who doesn't know Gundam, this is kind of interesting to me. Mobile Suit Gundam ZZ. It's a journey in Sunrise long running Gundam franchise and the last TV series in the franchise released in Japan Showa period. A direct follow-up to the Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam is directly written by Yoshiyuki Hino. If you guys remember, this was the guy who was in charge of the previous game. And he assembled a new team consisting of creative design Hiroyuki Dazume, who had already been one of Zeta Gundam animation director, and mechanical designer Makoto Yokobayashi, Yutaka Izubushi, and Mika Akitaka. Initially airing on Nagoya Broadcasting Network, with INN station in Japan. The series was later aired by the anime. This I already read it. It's always the same thing. The now different video streaming website Daisuki has tried to stream the series worldwide. Sunrise himself released the series on home via Rights of Inc. Okay, not super important. Now it's on Crunchyroll. Overview. Gundam was conceived as a sequel of Zeta Gundam, featuring a mostly all-new cast. Not really. We had Amon, we had Boa. We didn't have Amuro Ray, and we didn't have Camilo. Going to follow a major plotline from Zeta involving Aman Karn, Regent Minerva Lao Zabai. Minerva Lao Zabai is the I'm gonna give you guys spoiler. Are we still recording? We should. I'm never too sure. We're not recording. Okay. Minerva Lao Zabai, which is the last descendant of the Zabai, but she's not real. The real one was disappeared years ago. This is just a replacement one. A broadcasting agency followed that Zeta Gundam and continued to follow a major plotline okay, and also continued to follow Captain Bright Nova. Nice. And his ship Argama. Well, this is releasing the new character led by Judo Ashita. I gotta say a little bit of a complaint. We had the White Station, which was season 1. This feels a bit less. This cynical to Zeta Gundam sometimes struck a much lighter, often comical tone. Yeah, Judo is actually a funny guy. Compared to Camille, it was very serious, and compared to Amuro, who was kind of forced into things. The sequel was like Gundam sometimes okay. Comical in contrast to the episode brooding drama. For example, in the second episode, the protagonist Judo attempted to help Yazan Gabo by throwing orange at the Argama. This contrasts in the same episode, however, when Yazan killed the technician Saiguso and Judo then attempted to plot the Zeta Gundam to go after Yazan. They poor at combat at its first combat. Nico's first opening theme song, Enemy to Ja Name, set the tone for the first half of the series. Throughout the series, sport a more somber opening theme song, fan voice. Oh shit, one of the saddest anime ever. Yeah, it is comical though. Do I like the comical tone? I don't mind it. It's a bit odd because again we're talking about. It's a bit odd because again we are talking about war, but at the same time, the anime feels or the series feels a bit more comical, but it often feels like it's more true to comical than the actual anime, and then it makes sense because Amon, she's the bad guy, and Bright hasn't been funny in the two first seasons, so it would be funny now, you know. It makes sense. Summary. The continuation, Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, this series once again followed the story of the Anti-Earth Union group battleship Aragma. After Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam also to fight off the Axis Zeon, called the Neo Zeon, President Bright Nova recruits a group of teenage young collectors led by the loudmouth with powerful new type judo Ashton. It would be cool. It would be cool if somebody did. I'm not well versed enough in that. If we could check out who was strongest, like I mean, was it Amuro or was it Judo? What was it? I remember what. Definitely like lineup of the BMX ZZ Gundam and the returning Zeta Gundam MK2, which is again the original Gundam from the original series. Not the original Gundam, the original main character Gundam, if you will. And the Aragma Mobile Suit. In the lineup of the group is named the Gundam team. As such, it became a first of a number of Gundam series where a team of Gundam Mobile Suits fight alongside each other regularly. Honestly, plays at side tree in the battle axis. Gotta say, it's very refreshing to have only that. For example, with the first series, my biggest complaint ever was the fact that this is so bad I have to use the other way of a knife. I don't know, the back side of the knife to scratch off the mosquito bites. Amuro Ray, why I didn't like the first series, because we follow Amuro Ray, and Amuro Ray is kind of the bad guy, the main guy, and he's just the only hope of hurt. And I don't like Amuro, right? I mean, I liked him, so the fact that he was alone, I didn't care. Judo, do I like him? Yeah, I think I do. All in all, it's pretty show. He's comical but serious. Feels like Goku, to be honest. When it's time to fight, he's fighting. Out of the major Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam characters, Captain Bright Nova and active leader Amon Khan feature prominently on a Mobile Suit Gundam as easy. Ayato, Kobayashi, Kami, Danya, Fai Yuri, Wong Li, Yazan Gabo, Minerva, and the children Shinta and Kum are featured in various episodes as well. Seimas appeared in the first series but had no speaking role in Mobile Suit Gundam Zeta. However, appeared in several episodes of the Mobile Suit Gundam movie. See, this is cool to know. This is a cool bit of information. This is per the anime. I'm watching per the game. And the game is too new. The game is too new. It's about, I want to say 4 months old, right? For people to be actually like, I'm probably one of the most prolific content creators to do it with multiple hours. How the Mobile Suit came. Char's planned appearance was cancelled by Tomino, giving the go-ahead to do the Mobile Suit Gundam Char counter-attack film. Nice. Char is was possibly one of the most popular because we went on 2 websites for the Gundam. And the second website, which is more of a fan website, we see Char as a whole. Original plan for the show, which involved Char returning, was never revealed. None of them himself remember it. So aside from the opening and story recap of the previous episode, Amuro Ray does not make an appearance in the series either. Reception. The series remained one of the most polarizing series in the franchise due to light-hearted and keep it on for the first half of the series. compared to the Nangan video tone. In 2016, together with the show, were released, the Holy Border of Forbes referred to